Hello there, I'm Simon. Welcome to my shed. It's time for another Severn Valley Railway layout update. I nearly said Severn Valley Railway there, but that is what I'm doing. I'm building in N-gauge a model railway of part of the Severn Valley Railway from Kidderminster to Arley, including the sort of London Midland line, which is behind the Severn Valley station at Kidderminster. So yeah, been making a bit more progress on the scenery. Here's what's coming up. Skyboard, new presenter, plastering, and platform planning. So yeah, spent a fair bit of time on the scenery, the layout. Recently had a visit and spent a night away with the whole family in the Cotswolds in Bourton-on-the-Water, and went in the toy shop stroke model railway shop stroke model railway exhibition. Hadn't actually been into the exhibition for many years, have been in there before, but yeah, forgotten how much fun that is, and the whole family really enjoyed that. Pressing the buttons to control, to start the trains off and control various things. They've got I think it's the Faller road system in the middle of one of the layouts. There's sort of 3 different layouts in there. So yeah, we had a really good time, and it's kind of inspired me to get going a bit and get to a point where I can actually play trains on this new layout. So that's some good inspiration. So yeah, let's take a look at what I've been doing. So, in the last video I said I was going to start at this end of the layout, which is just past Arley Station. So Bridge North would be that way, on the Severn Valley line, and work downwards. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Thanks very much for your comments, and I think as per most of the suggestions, I will sort of put banks here, as you can see. I've already started, and just try and paint a sort of sky colour onto there and see what that looks like, rather than going for a tunnel mouth entrance there. We can just put these banks and try and disguise the exit. So yes, got some more shaper sheet which I've been using there, and we got some more plaster cloth. Another thing to say is, I do sort of keep coming up here and thinking, right, what can we do next? And then trying to remember what, for instance, what does it look like in real life behind the platform, looking that way at Arley Station. So what I've done is, for inspiration, looked at a load of videos and photos and printed some out of, so this is obviously at the end of Arley platform, looking the same direction. So that's my inspiration in terms of colours, of what the grass looks like, where the gates are, where the fences are, where the banks are. Not forgetting the signals, must remember to put those in as well. But we'll get to that later. So you can see there really is quite steep banks, quite close to the track. So I'm going to replicate that as best I can. We've got some other sort of aerial shots as well, and I selected too many photos. So we have a picture of Harry with a bread crust moustache, which is hilarious. So yeah, these didn't come out too well, but they're all sort of showing different angles and different details, like different sort of fences and gates and walkways and all kinds of detail that I need to remember is there. So this should hopefully help me to get it looking as good as possible. So I decided to have a go at painting the board right at the end of the layout a nice sky colour, and had some Dulux mineral mist left over. So as you saw just a second ago there, I did a little test piece to see how it would look, and then recruited some helpers. So this is where the little helpers come in, and they did a great job of getting the base colour onto the board and sanding off the sharp edges for me. Could get used to this and just let them do all the work and sit back and have a cup of tea. They did a good job. In fact, that's Harry there, the little one. He's 5 now, and Oliver is now 8. And he made a bid, which you'll see in a minute, to take over presenting the channel. So after the base coat, I did a bit of an experiment with that acrylic, watered it down a lot, and also put some layers on with a touch of white and some with a tiny bit of black, just to give some variation, and just kept basically experimenting on there and going over it and over it on the real one until I was happy with it. So now it's back into the shed and it's over to Oliver.
So we have finished the board that will go there, and yeah, we've painted all this and about to do stuff. And
Put some grass down.
Yeah, and then,
when it comes.
Yeah.
So yeah, quite pleased with how the skyboard turned out. Harry and Oliver helped me, didn't you?
Yeah.
So shall we put that? We'll put that in place and see how it looks.
Yeah. That actually looks pretty nice. As you can see, the the coach rolls through with no problem at all. And here we have Arley Station. We have a what is it called? That goes on the
what?
A platform.
The platform.
House? Yeah, the platform house.
Oh, the shelter.
Yeah, the shelter.
Yeah,
with lots of posters in, and yeah.
Let's take a little break from the progress on the actual layout to complete the story from last time about the station shelter, which sits a little passenger shelter that sits on the platform at Arley Station. Thanks very much for all your suggestions. I asked what this is called here, and it is mostly called GWR Valance, and as you can see, I've got some and I've stuck it on and painted it. Well, painted it then stuck it on, and I'm really pleased with that, how that's turned out. Managed to get it to, because it sort of sits level with the ground, so it's longer there. There's more valance showing there than there, so managed to match it up pretty well, and I'm really pleased with that. So yeah, many suggestions, so thanks very much for that. Such a useful resource, picking all your brains. I ended up going to York Model Making, well, not going to their website at least, and ordering the canopy valancing from there, which let me see if I can get a bit closer. Looks like that, which is very close to the real thing. And just I was going to buy some sort of proper GWR colour paint, but I just had a go with some acrylic, mixing up a bit of orange and a sort of white and a bit of pink, I think, and ended up with that. And because it matched the strip I've put round above, I thought that was pretty good. So yeah, the other thing I've got, while I was browsing through York Model Making's website, I thought these look rather nifty. They're sort of scratch building squares, and I went for they do them in various sizes. I went for the small, and I just thought I'd try a couple. But looking at them, the idea is when you're building something like this and trying to stick the two walls together square, let me get something to demonstrate. So very crudely, if that's one wall and you're trying to fix it together, it's magnetic, so it just holds in place nicely, and you can position the walls and keep everything square while the glue dries or while you're building it. And yeah, they've got lots of other ways you can use them as well, such as you can get the two and sort of clamp, if you've got two flat bits of card that are drying, you can sort of clamp them between that while it dries. So yeah, York model making, thought I'd just share that with you. Quite a useful thing for scratch building. Meanwhile, back on the layout, I've been making a bit more progress with some of the sort of scenery base, and I've got, as I said, I've been using a bit more shaper sheet, and previously had been putting plaster bandage on top of that to sort of harden it up, but have now got some of this, which is the Woodland Scenics shaper sheet plaster, and thought I'd give that a go and see if that's any different. So let's mix some up and give it a try. There we are, that went pretty well, and that is now set. It's the next day, and that is rock hard. I'm impressed with that. It seems a lot firmer, a lot harder than the plaster bandage. Still think I'm going to use the plaster bandage across the shaper sheet joints, but yeah, impressed with that. Ignore these bits for now. I'll go back to the top of the layout and explain the rest of the work I've done. Okay, so back at this end, I've put my our skyboard, the boys did help, back in place just to show you. Obviously now I've finished sort of building up that scenery at that end, and I've got the banks over the track. I'm pretty happy with the sort of general shape of it, and I've started putting on the static grass. Dug out the old static grass applicator, sort of homemade, from one of those electric fly swat tennis racket things, and a metal tea strainer. So yeah, I bought some more supplies of static grass. Went for the knock, various different colours, ornamental lawn, spring meadow I think, and just to add some really dark texture in, just used a little bit of it's called marsh green, just to get some variation, and basically just mix those together and until I'm happy with how it looks, and put some more light on if I want it a bit lighter, and so on, just go over it again. So moving down to here, I'll explain what this is. Essentially, at the end of the platform here we have a sort of gate into a field, and we have a sort of hedge line, so this is just representing the hedge line to give me an idea of where it's going to go. Obviously got some more static grass to do there, and well, I'll paint this green or brown first to get some kind of undercoat. And also I've looked along the whole platform, and I've tried to work out where everything is in terms of benches, platform lights, and how the sort of edge of the platform meets the rest of the scenery, and that is what this is. So I've popped masking tape down, and I've static grassed sort of behind it. Oh, it's pulling the platform off, and if I can pull this off without ripping the paper, which it has done a little bit there, but we can fix that. Essentially this is now where the end of the platform sort of paving is. And yeah, there is grass here, and there'll be a fence there, and the nails represent the platform lights. So I managed to get the masking tape off. I did test it yesterday, and it didn't seem to be pulling the paper off at all, but I've got a little bit of damage there which I can hide with a bit of weathering, and this will be covered with grass and a bit of weathering there to hide that, so it's not too bad. But I don't think I'll be trying that again. So yeah, let's go down the platform. What I basically did is looked at photos and videos and went down the whole platform and tried to work out exactly where everything is. So you've got a certain width of platform, and then it goes to grass behind it, and you've got street lamp, you know, platform station lamp. You've got a path, so I need a bit more grass there just to hide that line. You've got a cutout here for a little sign, and that needs a bit more grass there to hide that. And along the edge there you've got a bench, another light, and then this is basically where I've got to. So we've got a sort of cutout here with a couple of benches, another light, another bench, so we can see I've got a nail missing from that one. We can see we're going to need 8 platform lights to do it realistically, and a load of benches, so yeah, I'm going to go crazy on the detail, I think, and try and get as much in as possible. And then this end, we don't have grass behind, we have a sort of white, sort of almost Cotswoldy stone chippings. So looking for a way to represent that, I got a bit of duct tape and stuck some ballast to it. You can see the grey ballast there, and just painted it up. Might use that, I'm not entirely happy with how it looks, and I also need to find a way of, I mean, most of this will be hidden, you'll just see this bit, which makes it look okay, I think. But I need to find a way of sticking that down without again destroying the platform. So that's that. Go on then. Moving down again, we can see I've had just a little bit of a think about how the road curves away. So I'm going to make the road curve around there and just hit it into the backboard, I think, and there'll be a bank up here sort of hiding, and a bank here hiding the fact that the road just disappears. And let me show you, I bought a load of supplies in terms of some Woodland Scenics bushes in various colours, and had this grass sort of fine turf scatter, and if I can find it, I thought I'd have a try at this foliage, which is sort of like a sort of woven together material that is what those bushes are made of down there. I think it works pretty well for those sort of bushes that are partially sort of see-through. But in terms of the trees, I've been making a few trees just because I had some of these Woodland Scenics tree armatures left over. So I just paint a bit of glue on and tried the various colours just to see what works and what doesn't. Don't really like the foliage tree that I've made. I think the trees with the bushes stuck on look a lot better. Probably this one is possibly the best in terms of the colour and how it looks. So yeah, I'm going to need a lot of trees, so I don't think buying them, or certainly not buying all of them off the shelf, is not really an option. I think I'm going to try the seafoam trees, and see how they look. Give those a try, but since I had these tree armatures left, I may as well make some up and use those to get a good mixture. So yeah, that's you're now up to date with where I'm up to. Obviously I'm going to carry on with the scenery behind the platform. Oh, and there is one other thing to show you. I have actually bought a back scene. So I got the ID Back Scenes Series 107 Into the Town, and it's Pack B in N gauge. They do a 00 and an N gauge version. So just to give you a very rough idea, that will sit somewhere behind there. I'm not sure how much to sort of chop off the bottom yet, but that should actually blend in pretty well, I think. I don't want to stick it on yet, just because, as you can see, it's going to get wrecked if I put it on now, but then I have got the difficulty of how to get it tucked in sort of seamlessly behind there, but I'll have to do some neat cutting around that, I think, because yeah, it would just get wrecked if I put it up now. So I've left a sort of little gap behind here to try and sort of tuck it down. But that is about it for this update. So yeah, thanks very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.